Welcome back to TLDR's daily briefing for Friday the 23rd of May 2025. In today's episode, we cover Trump's proposed 50% tariff on EU imports, Netanyahu's response to a joint statement by Western leaders earlier this week, and the passing of Trump's huge tax bill in the US. But first, Trump blocks Harvard from enrolling foreign students. In a dramatic escalation of the ongoing feud between the US president and Ivy League institutions, the Trump administration announced yesterday the revocation of Harvard's International Student and Exchange Visitor Program certification, effectively barring international students from enrolling. The decision comes after the Trump administration has launched investigations into dozens of universities and slashed billions of dollars in federal funding for Ivy League institutions, which, amid a deepening crackdown in recent months, Trump has accused of promoting woke ideology and failing to tackle anti-Semitism. Critics of these attacks and of the president also accuse the administration as attacking free speech and academic freedom. In April, Harvard became the most prominent institution to push back, saying it had taken steps to denounce anti-Semitism and announced it would sue the Trump administration after it sent the school a list of lengthy demands. In a letter by Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Noem accused Harvard of creating a hostile environment for Jewish students at universities across the US and across other parts of the world, which have become spaces for pro-Palestinian encampments and protests. In a post on X that published her letter, Noem wrote, "It is a privilege, not a right, for universities to enroll foreign students and benefit from their higher tuition payments to help pad their multi-billion-dollar endowments. Let this serve as a warning to all universities and academic institutions across the country." The ban impacts nearly 6,800 current international students at Harvard, more than 27% of this year's student body, who will now have to transfer to other institutions or face losing their legal status in the US. Harvard has condemned the move as unlawful, asserting that it will cause serious harm to the student community and undermines its academic and research missions. Concerns about the ban extend beyond Harvard too. Currently, approximately 1.1 million international students are enrolled in American universities, with the largest numbers coming from India and China. Many of these students are understandably worried about their own status and futures in the US. While some believe Harvard may have a strong legal case to challenge the administration's actions, the broader implications are troubling. If such measures become standard practice, they could significantly undermine the financial stability of American universities, given the vital role that international student fees play, and pose a severe threat to the country's long-standing commitment to free speech and academic freedom. You're listening to TLDR's Daily Briefing. If you want more explainers on what's happening in the world, then you should check out TLDR's other channels. Today, we released a video on the EU ditching Israel. You can find it linked in the description or show notes for this episode, or by searching for TLDR on YouTube or Nebula. In more Trump news, the US president has said on Truth Social that he plans to impose a 50% tariff on imports from the EU, starting on the 1st of June. In a post on Friday, Trump said that talks with the bloc are going nowhere and attacked the EU for its trade barriers, VAT taxes, ridiculous corporate penalties, non-monetary trade barriers, monetary manipulations, and unfair and unjustified lawsuits against American companies. Stock markets fell after the post, with the S&P 500 falling by 1.5% and the Stock 600 Europe index falling by 1.7% before opening. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has accused the leaders of the UK, France and Canada of emboldening Hamas after they called for an end to Israel's military offensive in Gaza. Earlier this week, the leaders of the three countries published a joint statement condemning the Israeli government's egregious actions and warning of further concrete actions against Israel if it did not immediately halt its new offensive and lift restrictions on aid entering Gaza. The statement was welcomed by Hamas, with a spokesperson calling it a significant step in the right direction. In a post on X on Thursday evening, Netanyahu said, "I say to President Macron, Prime Minister Carney and Prime Minister Starmer, when mass murderers, rapists, baby killers and kidnappers thank you, you're on the wrong side of justice." And finally, in more news from the US, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives has passed Trump's signature tax bill by a single vote after days of debate. The more than 1,000-page bill will see the US slash taxes and reduce social spending, while increasing the US's more than $36 trillion debt pile. The bill, which Trump has dubbed his Big Beautiful Bill, has been the subject of intense debate among Republican lawmakers, particularly over cuts to state-backed healthcare spending and clean energy tax credits. According to the non-partisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, the bill will increase US national debt by more than $3.3 trillion over the next decade, increasing federal government debt held by the public from about 98% of GDP to a record 125%. That's all for today, and it's another bank holiday on Monday in the UK, so we'll be back on Tuesday next week, so make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen. In the meantime, you can check out the latest episode of our UK politics podcast, Starmageddon, and you can find the link in the podcast description. This was a TLDR news production hosted by Georgina Findlay, written by Nadja Lovadinov and Georgina Findlay, and produced by Scarlett Watchorn. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back again tomorrow.